Hi there, it's Simone. Guess what I did today? I complained about my desk for the longest time. Today I cleaned it all up. I actually rearranged things, made stuff happen, and I think I found a good solution. I'm going to turn the camera around and show it to you. And then I thought maybe there's cat hair. We could do a daily little teeny tiny snippet on the stuff that I still need to sort and possibly catch up in my journal because it's dire. It needs some help. So let's go. So maybe you remember I had a lot of clutter over there. My laptop was right here in the middle. Then there was clutter here, there was clutter here and here. Now, I don't know about the clutter on the sides, but I decided to take everything off the desk except for the laptop, and I moved it from the looking straight at it to the side, so that I could have more space above my work area. And I left this letter holder here that holds all of the pencil boards that I can imagine because I never have any when I need them. My camera holder is still on there, and then the lamp stands next to it. This blue thing is my desk trash. But I moved all the things from over here that cluttered the area into my rolly cart next to it. Let me move my position. Look at him over there. He's waiting. He already sat on the desk and was like, "Oh, let's go, woman." This is a complete mess. I need to organize it. However, all of the notebooks that were on the top here, I removed and moved them over to the shelf over here. I will show you in a second. And then all of the clutter that was on here, I moved into this top rack. I moved all the stamps, stamp supplies here, washi that I'm currently using. Not really sure what this all is. This is also stuff, I don't know. This is the ink swatch cards that I'm using in my 31 inks, 31 pens, 31 letters. Then these are tools. This is my and Liebe pen case with all the stuff that I need, plus my Hobonichi Weeks. This just needed a space because I hope that this will be on my desk most of the time. But what I'm trying to do is empty it off, clean it off every night before I go to bed. Let's see if that works. When I still was working at the dinner table, it needed to be clean for every meal. So I'm not really sure why this shouldn't be possible. This is one of my shelves, and I emptied out this part over here, moved all the books up to here, and now I have this part here available for all of the journals that I'm currently using. They're right here. It is behind my desk and there is a ways to go, so I can't reach behind me and grab them. My fear is that I will have a huge pile of books on my desk. However, I think even if that is going to happen, I can just simply grab those books and put them here. And then the desk is empty. Instead of having a whole bunch of little teeny tiny stuff that I don't really know where I want to put it, cluttering my space and my brain. It seems like I need an almost empty space to be able to think and be creative. And so that's what I'm going to try from here on out. I'm hoping that I have set myself up for some success. Okay, so I'm trying to catch up, and to be honest, I have no clue anymore. And I remember last time I said that I did not enjoy catching up and filling in the journal. So what I have said I was going to do was just stick in the stuff and then maybe make bullet points for the the week. And so I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to glue this in right here. I have some stuff laying around from experimenting and another video that I filmed earlier today. So glue is one of the things that I need. This probably is not even going to survive for too long because it's one of those, what is that called? Thermoprints, and thermoprints don't fade away over time. So my idea was to just glue this in here with my German accent. So what I also am considering is picking up on these colors and maybe making my bullet points right here. I think I'm also going to glue this in here, right there. I don't know why I'm I assume I don't hear it because I'm like, my English is perfect, American accent and all that. But you probably hear my German accent. I'm very sure about that. So what was I going to say? But I'm, especially when I'm talking to my husband, and then I notice how I'm falling back into the German and how easy it is to have a German accent, obviously. So I'm thinking of maybe adding, so there is, I want to put stuff in here because I have space. And why not? Why the heck not? Scissors. Now I'm realizing right now that I should have cleaned up my stuff before I started this. I thought all of these look really cool. What I'm trying to say is that I should have gone through and, you know, decluttered all the little teeny tiny bits that I put to the side when I showed them in the video, because I realize that is the more important thing. But see if I care. I don't. That's the thing. Look at the cat hair everywhere. Everywhere. There, there, there. Not cool. I'm just trying to think if I have a dark blue ink. Oh, I can check if my sailor with the Lamy Cliff. I didn't know that the ink was called Cliff, but the pen was called Pink Cliff. It doesn't make sense to me, so I didn't know that at all. This kind of feels like it's this is a rental card. Okay. I just stick it down here and then feels like a lot. But also it's not really. If I'm just slapping it down here because why did I buy this tape if I'm not going to use it? All right. Yes, I'm learning over and over again, and I should know this now, but I don't because I keep buying the wrong things all the time, that I have a really hard time using things that... So now where does it go though? How am I going to put this here? In my do I have a designer brain? I don't know. In my designer brain, I feel like I should have put the bigger one on the bottom and then the smaller one on the top. This would balance it out better. And look how easy this is coming off. I can I'm just gonna stick this here. And I am not going to consider whether I like this or not. The important thing is that this goes here. The pen is in my pen case. So what I'm trying to do is figure out, now we need to figure out another thing. We need to figure out whether this pen actually still writes. Oh, wow. This is impressive. Maybe I could use that pen here. I'm not sure. We'll see. So, week 32, this is the same. Okay. The problem now is that I can't even make sense of this first. There's fire. What fire? When? What? When? So I'm going to start because of smoke, but where did the smoke come from? I'm so confused. Where was the fire though? Okay, am I going to do something fun? I think I'm just going to use these. So I think what I'm going to write is not. Then I remember that I wanted to go camping for a long time, and then I just didn't dare without going without a reservation. So when that happened, I actually made a reservation for the next week. It was so cold today that AT was justified. Okay, Happy Meal. Soap. It smells so good. Why is there an S? I don't know. So this I have done. Then I have my son Theo had his new student orientation, And why not write his name with these bubble letters? Not bubble, I don't know. New student orientation. And then it's my 1 year anniversary. At ugh, I don't like this at all. This is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm going to do though? I'm going to use this, and then I'm just going to could use some. I did not put away my stickers well enough. So I think tomorrow, which is my day off, I should be going through all of this and put the stuff together. You know, I need to do the stuff to do the stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. So much stuff. I don't know. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. See, I should not. Oh my god. What is this? Okay. I'm gonna leave this here and go find my sticker ephemera stuff that I have. It's actually fall. I can use this now. Oh my god, where did I get this from? That was from Mitz. From the stationery selection. This is so pretty. Oh, beautiful. You know what? I'm just going to sticker the heck out of this. Like right here. Let's just put this right there. Now this is not as bad. Sounds weird. I mean, like, it doesn't look as, sorry for the shaky stuff, doesn't look as bad anymore. Okay, and of course I'm filling in every other one because it takes longer. Even though I want to catch up quickly, I also am craving just some time to myself. I mean, I have a lot of time to myself, but just as I'm sitting here, I'm realizing I'm drinking tea, not alcohol, that this is it's bringing me joy. I wouldn't do it if it didn't, but how calm it makes me feel, I think that's the exact, like, how my brain just stops spinning. Even though, I mean, I've been thinking about this. I've been watching, and I think I talked about this last week too. Well, for me, it was today, but for you, it's going to be last week. How I'm super inspired by Aziza from Gourmet Pens and their inky messes. And they say I think she's a she. That's right. It's weird. I would love to use the word they or the pronouns they for people that I don't know well, because I find I want to learn and just implement this more regularly and frequently. We'll just put a long thing right here. So, inky messes. No, don't like this. I'm just gonna fill this in. Okay. I don't actually like this at all. But do we care? No, we don't. We are just gonna make it even worse. She says that these inky messes bring her more joy than journaling, because she doesn't want to think about her problems. And I think that's totally fair. I think that's a really good observation. And then finding something to do that lets you use your pens in different ways. I think that's super cool. That's like perfect. And by doing these inky messes, she says she notices her brain calms down. She gets into this Zen mode. I'm just gonna call it that. I don't think she particularly said that, but this is how it sounds to me. Like, she's calming down, she's coming to her senses. Wow. And this is what making these creative journal entries is for me. I'm just using my memories, my logs, to make pages, and Aziza is doing her stuff to make pages. But it's pretty much not the same, of course, but it's similar in the sense that I'm also, while I was doing this, and even though I don't like this at all, I am really liking the doing brings me joy. So I am just going to write these nature encounters. tiny snake. Libelle. Actually, multiples, and Libellen sind this is not going to work because we're 20 minutes in and this is supposed to be a snippets from my desk video. Shoot. Don't know. Bzzzt. Need to talk. Ask my kids what it's called. And Greifvogel is another word that I don't know in English right now. And it doesn't really matter because you don't need to know. I will put the words in English on the screen. And then I okay. I don't really know what to say. I made this whole segment that is like 20 minutes long. And I don't think I want to keep it, so we'll see. I made a medallion earlier that I didn't like at all, so I made it again. Now I want to underline nature encounters. And I think I'm going to call it quits right here. It's just the bullet points that I had written down that I wanted to journal here. And yeah, that's how this week is going to look like. So I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks behind, and I'm trying to catch up. And at the end of this week, which will be this week in the sense of starting on Tuesday, ending on Tuesday the 22nd, I would love to be here plus here. Alrighty, let's see. I'll see you tomorrow and I'll talk to you then.
I am still quite obsessed with cleaning up my stuff, getting organized, removing all of the things that I'm hoarding, that I'm not using, making use of them, giving them away, finding a way of what I can do not to feel overwhelmed by my stuff. Even though I'm not buying a ton of stickers, ephemera, or similar things, washi tape, it comes in more than it goes out. It just feels like it's exponentially growing, even though the growth is slow. The rate it goes out isn't the same as it goes in. And I need to figure out a way to deal with that without feeling overwhelmed by the stuff that I have.
I guess you just saw some time lapses. I am working on my stuff and I decided I would go ahead and empty my collection bin where I throw in letters that I have replied to, ephemera that just didn't make it into my weekly journal spread, postcards, things that I want to add to my junk journal. And it felt like, even though I don't really want to or let the box, the fill size of the box, stop me from doing things, it was at a level, filling level, that made me feel like I need to stop, pause, work through those paper stashes, and then I can start filling it up again. So that's what I'm working on right now. I think I'm going to include a clip of the top of my rolly card that I have. I sorted through the stuff and I filmed time lapses, as I just said, and included those in this video. However, it didn't really lend itself well to filming along, so that's what I'm currently doing right now. I'm sticking stuff in and it doesn't have any rhyme or reason. I think I covered up all the addresses of postcards that are in here. This has no timeline. I'm looking for empty spaces and then I'm just sticking things in as I go. And some of these items are stuff that just didn't find a place anywhere. And so now I'm adding it somewhere. It doesn't have any rhyme or reason at all why I'm sticking things in certain places. So I think I added this a long time ago, and then now I just added this on top, which I find super cool. This is how this started out. I started adding stuff to it, but I'm not writing at all anymore. Just sticking in some letters or notes that I have received, as you can clearly see. It's basically the main part. And then ephemera that I haven't really found a use for just yet. Here's another note. Maybe I can just add this down here. Yep. And so this is what I'm doing. I'm going through this stack of papers and adding them to this junk journal. And when I'm done with that, well, done in the sense when I'm done with the book, I made this from just junk paper, basically, that I had in my stash And it's not even that many pages. The pages or the notebook grows as I add tip-ins to the book. This is a beautiful card that I received at the San Francisco Pen Show. I think maybe I was going to add it in here. Not so sure. I haven't even gone through the middle of this book. This is what it looks like so far. I did add some packing tape, and now this is all wonky here so that this card wouldn't fall off. And actually, I really don't care. Here I started it the wrong way. Maybe I can just add it to here. And then I don't know yet. Don't know what I'm going to do with those house baskets yet. I'm getting a really big headache. Maybe the candle. I have a candle on again. Maybe you watched my video from last week, which I filmed yesterday, and this is a continuation video. I have two candles. This one is cranberry pine, and the other one that I had yesterday was vanilla, sparkling vanilla is what it's called. Reaching for it right now. Here. And I lit this for the first time yesterday, and it was so cozy and so nice. But maybe this is not the best. I don't know. I'm gonna turn it off, blow out the candles, so that maybe that's the reason why I'm getting a headache. What I was going to say is that I actually really enjoyed it. I hope everybody understood me making fun, not as me making fun of other YouTubers who use candles in their videos. That's not what I was doing. I was making fun of myself. I was making fun of myself because I am loving the aesthetic that people evoke through their videos when I completely forget all of those things all the time. The word I can't be bothered, or the phrase, it's not like I can't be bothered, but I don't think of it. I just start filming, and that's what happens. And then I see these beautiful videos with the candle and the beautiful atmosphere, the frame around. I forgot the succulent. It's always so beautiful, and I'm just not like that at all. I don't know. But I actually have some cold Earl Grey tea with oat milk. So this one, I think, is a card that has my address on it. So I could stick this in here. But that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to speed this up now. Sometimes I'm just sticking cards in like this, and sometimes I'm making myself able to read. Maybe I'm going to stick this in here. And then I just take tape and stick it down. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to stop the video, stop the talking, just put in some voiceover, possibly no music, and then I'll see you later. Okay, I also received all of these papers, but what I'm going to do with those is keep them until I need to make my next junk journal, and then I will include those in the pages, but I want to stick down this washi tape somewhere. My friend Amy always decorates her envelopes and packages so nicely. I think this is one of those things that I was able to save. It seems like I think I'm just going to start a new page. And I think actually that I like this on, I don't even really have to glue it down. Maybe next time when I come back to it. It looks better when it pops off a white page. And actually, some of these things, I know I could add them to this journal. Some of these things I have found, if I keep them long enough, it's okay. I can just let go of them. That's also something really cool. Look at what my dog did.
So I completely got away from actually catching up in my journal and started sorting through things. I think that is definitely something that I want to deal with, but I also don't really want to, dive deep into it and forget everything around me while I'm sorting through things, because then I'm also not using them again, which isn't the point of this at all. I want to use the things that I love, and even if a sticker sheet has been in my possession for 2 years and I loved it at that time, maybe it's time to move on. And so that's basically what I have been doing this last week. And as I just said, I don't want to completely only deal with that because then I'm not journaling. And I do want to do that. I just saw videos by James Luke Burke pop up where he shared a page in 10. And I thought, well, that would be a fun thing to do. So maybe I am going to set myself a 10-minute timer and just try to complete one spread in 10 minutes and see how far I get. You know how I thrive with challenges, and that could be a fun November challenge while I am still working through all of the ephemera and all of the things that I have. I am changing from a traveler's notebook standard size to a A5. So, well, let me start again. I'm changing from a weekly spread in a standard traveler's notebook size journal to a two spreads per week in an A5. Oh my gosh, this is too complicated to say. This year I'm journaling in a vertical weekly planner by Sterling Ink in Traveler's standard size. 1 week is one spread. And next year I will be using a Take-A-Note planner as my weekly journal. The Take-A-Note has 2 full A5 spreads per week. So I will growing the real estate that I have by almost more than 50% if I'm not having a twist in my brain right now. So I don't want to get rid of all of the things that I have, because possibly, or the hope is that I will be able to use more ephemera next year. Not as much as I would be using in possibly a daily journal like the Hobonichi Cousin or a Kinbor planner, in a daily planner, basically. It doesn't really matter which one. That I feel still very taunting and overwhelming, but growing my real estate by almost 50%, will allow me to use more ephemera. And I'm really looking forward to that. I feel like I'm craving the more ephemera. We'll see how that goes. Maybe after a month or so, I will notice that I don't enjoy it at all. But currently, I really look at some of the things that are bigger pieces, and I'm not happy putting them into my standard traveler's notebook, but I'm not ready to let go of them because I can see how they would work in an A5 journal. So I'm still trying to figure out how am I going to approach sorting through all of the things, and also not getting rid of things that I don't want to get rid of. So I might, for the month of, or let's put it this way, until the beginning of January, I want to slowly, not as quickly as I did this past week, go through my ephemera, all the places that I keep them, and go through and take out everything that I don't think that I will be using. Maybe it has been in my stash for a long time. And I also really do want to, I have so much footage still that I want to share, so maybe I can talk about that in a more expanded format, ideas that people on my Discord server suggested on how to deal with getting rid of ephemera. So I want to do a pre-sorting, but then tackle next year and just really, I have the real estate then to use the things and give myself an opportunity, as I have been trying to do this year, to pull them out, look at them, and have the opportunity to use them, maybe for a month, maybe for 2. And if by the end of that 2-month span they haven't been used, then maybe it is time for me to let those things go. That's how I currently feel about it. I really love ephemera, but when I am at the point where I have so much that it gets overwhelming and I'm kind of not sure what exactly all I have, that's the point where I feel like I need to take action to do more. I have some ideas on how to do that, and I will share those with you in another video. For today, I hope you enjoyed just listening to my various ramblings throughout this past week. I hope to see you again soon. Until then, bye.